Hello students, this is Mr. Q. Now we have been on the topic of thermal energy transfer. So here I am in the kitchen today. There's lots of good one of those things is hamburger helper. However, before this delicious meal is ready to be consumed, we first need to prepare it. We need to cook it. But in order to prepare it, we're going to need some thermal energy. So there are three terms to the transfer of thermal energy: conduction, convection, and radiation. Let's take a closer look and see how these three terms apply to this delicious meal. It all starts here at the bottom level. We see the burner. The burner is actually transferring heat to the metal pot through the form of radiation. So heat is being radiated out towards the metal pot. The burner is not directly touching the metal pot. Now, once that heat becomes radiated and gets transferred into the metal, now remember, metal is actually a very good conductor of heat. That's why if I were to touch that metal, I would get burned. Imagine going outside on a hot day. The sun is beaming directly on a metal car. You know from experience that if you were to touch that metal car, your hand would be burned. That is because metal is a good conductor. So as that metal becomes heated and the temperature begins to increase, that heat is transferred throughout the metal pot through the form of conduction. Conduction is the transfer of heat through a solid. Now, the metal pot is absorbing all that heat. That heat is being conducted throughout the metal pan, the metal pot, and this allows for the third step. If we take a closer look, inside the pot, we see a liquid. Now, this liquid begins to heat up through the process of convection. Convection is the transfer of heat through a gas or a liquid. So that heat that is being transferred from the metal pot into the liquid through conduction, that liquid, the molecules, the atoms of the liquid begin to move faster. This is what we call kinetic energy. As the temperature of a substance goes up, kinetic energy also increases. Kinetic energy is the movement of those molecules moving rapidly back and forth. And as those atoms, those molecules move back and forth, they begin to transfer that energy by bumping into each other. And before you know it, you have the process of convection, which is the transfer of heat through a solid or a liquid. All right, students. So the food is ready. It's time to enjoy conduction, convection, and radiation. Bon appetit. All right, here's another example of thermal energy transfer. So here we have a heater.
Yeah.
What you see there, the glowing spirals, those are called heat strips.
Yeah.
And they radiate heat. So if I were to put my hand up close to the heat strips, I can feel the heat radiating out from those heat strips. Most of you are familiar with these. Usually during winter time, we like to use our heaters, put them in the living room, and usually we feel the warmth flowing, radiating out from them. Gordo. Come on. Interesting thing about dogs is they actually don't sweat through their skin like human beings. They actually pant. They pant, they sweat through their tongue and their paws. We sweat through our sweat glands. And when you sweat, that heat from your body is being pushed out through your sweat glands, and then the air currents around you will pick up that heat from your body. That heat from your body will travel into the environment through convection, and at the same time that sweat helps to cool you down. So your body has that very important process of sweating so that it can transfer that thermal energy into its environment. Another thing is, if you've ever stood next to somebody who's been working out, sweating, you can feel heat radiating from their body. All right, students. Well, in conclusion, today we got to explore some more about thermal energy transfer. I hope you enjoyed the video. Quarantine has definitely been pretty accelerating. I do enjoy going outside and just taking in nature. It's pretty neat. Nature is neat. I miss you guys. Hope everyone's sweating can be hard work. That's why if it's your first time working out, don't work out during the hours where the sun's in its highest position. Also, drink lots of fluids, and if you're wearing a cap, take it off every once in a while to release some of that trapped heat. Back to you.